My beautiful Sun Up on 7 family, welcome back to your Monday episode. Just before the commercial break, we had a great conversation with faculty from the Bullet Tree SDA Primary School, calling you out to help them support their greenhouse fundraiser. So if you missed that conversation, you can always go back to our recorded live or go to our social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram to stay tuned with our guests and what conversations they bring forward to Sun Up on 7, and of course, how can you get in touch with them. Let's move on to our next conversation. I'm very excited to announce, some new grant recipients of the Belize Fund. So to join us on this conversation, we have Communications Officer for the Belize Fund, Ms. Chelsea Gill Anthony, joining us. Chelsea, good morning.
Good morning.
Such a pleasure to have you on Sun Up on 7.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah. Can you do us the favor of introducing one of your new grant recipients?
Sure. So this is Miss Paulita Bennett Martin
Marin. Yeah.
from Sea of Life, and she is one of our 8th grant recipients in this 3rd grant cycle.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So first of all, congratulations, Paulita, on you are an organization for being a recipient of the Belize Fund. How do you feel about that?
I can't even explain. I'm so excited.
We can see it in your face, though. Yeah, I love it.
It's like a dream come true for our organization.
I love that.
I love
really
it.
love that.
So we're gonna get to know a bit more about how the Belize Fund supports your fundraiser. But before we get into that, I think it would be very good for our viewers to just get a brief into what the Belize Fund is about and what it supports.
Certainly. So, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, drink your water. Yes.
I love how
that's something.
Look how the bottle is super cute. So I'm just throwing out there that we have a cute
Coordinated.
Yeah,
Coordinated.
That is true. I thought you were gonna say, and look, that's what I support. Drink your water.
Oh yeah, we hydrate and we don't hate. We drink our water and we don't mind our own business.
I
We don't
appreciate
judge.
that.
So we don't judge.
Yeah.
So the Belize Fund is a private conservation trust fund, and we were established about 3 years ago, coming out of the Belize Blue Bonds. And we were established to provide funding and support to organizations and entities that work in the blue space, so coastal and marine initiatives. We provide funding to both government agencies as well as non-government agencies like private companies, community-based organizations, academia like schools. Yeah, so those non-government entities we provide funding and support for.
I love it.
Very good. All right.
We know funding is always needed. That's why it's just like, when you say Paulita say it's a dream come true, we know that the work sometimes has to be halted.
Yes.
Because of the fact that there are not finances to continue, and we can't think and dream as big as we want because of lack of finances. So that's why I love about the Belize Fund, because of the fact that it's like allowing people to dream bigger, have the finances to get there,
And have a bigger
go along.
impact.
Yeah, and a
That's
bigger
the
impact.
impact.
Thank you
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
Yes.
So Paulita, we're gonna put you. We're gonna put you like this. I'm here. I'm right here. Tell us about your dream, because I love the aspect of you. Like it's a dream come true. That for me, I'm holding on to, because I want to understand where's your mind going when it comes to this, the funds being granted, and where do you see, what were the funds granted for exactly, of course, but then of course, where do you see it going, the impact, the reach?
Yeah. Thank you for all those questions. I had all this smart stuff to say, and now I can't remember anything. But
It happens. Yeah.
so my co-founder Natalie Mielis and myself founded Sea of Life in 2022. We both came from big, giant international NGOs, and we worked with government, et cetera, in our prior lives. And what we saw was this need to really center community and conservation, because conservation seems sort of separate from everyday people. It's like, oh, you're an expert in this, you're a marine biologist, you're this, you're that. However, when you live in an ocean nation, you really need everybody to take a role in conservation.
That's true.
And so we wanted to create programs that centered people first. And what do a lot of people through our region need? They need money, they need jobs, they need economic stimulus, right? And so we created the Plastic Solutions Academy, which is what the Belize Fund selected us for, to look at the issue of waste and plastic pollution in Belize, and to work with people to develop businesses, small entrepreneurial businesses, right, to solve the issue. So we take this idea of educating and also providing technical training. We partner with Beltrade to also bring in that business lens.
Yeah.
And then we say, hey, what's your idea? How would you solve this in your village or your town? And what's the main issue impacting your area? How would you solve it? And how could you make money solving it? So that's sort of our project.
Oh, I
Wow.
love that. That's exciting.
yeah.
The Plastic Solutions Academy.
Yes.
I like that. Let's have a
PSA.
nicely ring to it too as well. And again, the aspect of not you guys doing it, but you're giving tools for people to do it.
Yeah.
That's also super important as well, because we are not just like giving people money and it's just like, oh, it's done, but it's like, show us a plan. Let's like figure this out. Let's tackle this together, because I'm sure that whatever Kevin's thinking in his space is different when I'm thinking in my space, and we can like be able to bank on that too as well, literally and figuratively now.
Yeah.
So how does this? When does this fund roll out, and like what is the aspect of like people can maybe hearing this conversation and they want to contact you because they're like, well, you know, I have an idea, or I've been working in my community in this area or so forth, but how can I like get the support, get the training, or something along that line?
They can apply right now. They can go to seaoflife.org. They can also find us through Instagram, seaoflife.org. The applications are open for the May PSA. It will be 3 days, 3.5 days in Belize City. We cover all of the expenses for the students to come in and stay here, to be part of the workshops. We even try to provide support for those that are caring for their children or for their elders and their family, so that this is a resource that they can actually access. And so, yeah, it's on a rolling basis right now. We're almost full for the May Academy, but we encourage people to apply. And the winners, after training, we basically pick some winners, right? Those winners have the opportunity to receive $7,500 in financial support for, you know, registering their business, for buying supplies to create the product that is their solution, right? So they have a good basket of financial support, and then they have a 2-year mentorship with the Beltrade and Sea of Life. So we provide that environmental mentorship, and then Beltrade provides that business expertise.
Wow, it sounds very wholesome and very gratifying, you know, because at the end you're saying people see the need for their community, and it motivates people to be like, I know what I can do. And I think it calls for people to be able to step up for solutions, because often we see so many things going around and we're waiting for somebody to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But then you're saying, you're giving them that push and that support and say, hey, we see you and we totally see, you know, what your initiative is, and we can find ways of supporting. What is the eligibility for people to sign up for the workshops?
Anyone working on an idea or wanting to develop an idea in Belize over the age of 18, 18 and older, that is, any district, and it could be, the 2 things we're looking for is ways to take legacy plastics, those are the plastics that already exist, and do something with them instead of just putting them in the waste stream to be burned or buried or whatever the process is. But the most welcome ideas and the most awarded ideas are the ones that prevent new plastics from being created and circulated within Belize.
Oh, very cool.
So you're gonna give a little nugget of like, how can you get this money?
Yeah.
And like, what are we looking for really? And I think that's super important too as well for
Yeah.
people to understand. I love that Kevin asked about eligibility. I wanted to know if you don't have a business at all, like you're not registered, you really just have the thought. It's the peanut in your head right now.
We want you.
You still can come. We want you.
We
come
want
along.
you. That's what we want. We want you to be in that beginning phase of an idea. You have the interest. Maybe you've done something at home that you're like, this could be a really cool thing. Well, come and develop that with us.
Nice.
So we want the true startups.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And I
love
like
that.
that you mentioned this is a solution to remove the plastic that's already there and not to create more waste, right? And I think that's very critical for people to have in mind. I'm very excited to see what kind of initiatives will come through.
Can we have a conversation next time or like at a later time about some of the ideas? I think that'd be super cool.
Definitely. Yeah, because I think people need to like, you know, maybe they need some motivation, maybe they're unsure what they can do, but see, you know, people applying certain things, you know, can get a spark going. And I think that's what we want for the community. I can see you nodding and I can see like, I think we did a great job with picking this organization.
Paulita does really good work. Like she did an initiative with Wesley College. Tell them about it, Paulita.
Oh, the refillable.
I love what you put in.
I love it.
Tell them about it. It was a good one. You should say something.
Yeah,
I like
so
that,
with Wesley College, we worked with them to bring in refillable water. Wesley College has banned the shilling water, so we no longer have those little pouches floating around in the sea right by the school. Sometimes people get them off campus and bring them to the campus, but overall what we've seen is an 85% reduction in the pouches on Wesley campus, because not only do we help to provide money to bring refillable systems, but we also do education and outreach, and then we also do audits. So we do audits on the waste before we put the refill system in, and then we do audits afterwards to see, is this have an impact? And if not, then we have to learn and we have to tweak it, right? But so far, it's having a pretty good impact. It's also bringing, I think, a sense of pride, because we worked with Keon Griffith, who you both know.
We love artists. We love him.
So we worked with Keon, partnered on it, and he took our mission with that project of plastic reduction and then applied it to local faces from the campus and did murals in front of the school.
Oh, yes, I know, I saw that. Oh, so that's a part of that project.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's all tied together, because you
Yeah.
know sometimes you see stuff and like you're not connecting it properly.
Yes.
Wow. And you said it was like an 85%.
85%, reduction in the pouches, and we're gonna work with them this year to see if we can improve the system even more, maybe get a chiller on it. Can we also start to phase out the bottles as well? So it's all a learning process, but
Bottles like Chelsea's ones. Like
Yeah.
those are some cute bottles right there.
the students want like nice bottles, you know. So that's an important thing for us to try to resource.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things that I would like to point out when it comes to Paulita's project and dealing with plastic pollution is we're hearing a lot about climate change, but what people don't realize is the term triple planetary crisis, where pollution is just on the same level as climate change and the loss of biodiversity. And so it's a problem, a crisis that we have to tackle right now, because it's all interconnected too. So I'm very excited about Paulita's project. But I also want to inject too, one of the things that Belize Fund is excited about in this cycle is the introduction of community grants.
Yeah.
Paulita is a medium grant, but what we did was, before it was more established NGOs who had the capacity to manage funds that were getting funding. And so this time we changed our process where community groups like the Chinook Fishermen Association. There's a really cool one I think the public is going to be excited about too, is Creative Images, where they're working with young people to create animations about ocean conservation.
Oh, that's fun. Okay.
Yes.
Look at
So you got
that.
somebody else to bring this one up on set.
I know, it does not say. You just give me more guests than I'm here for completely.
There's also the Shark Fishers Association, and I'm so sorry that I'm forgetting the other one. But there's 4 community grants for this cycle. And so what that means is the Belize Fund is managing the funds. It doesn't mean that they have full control over what it is that they want to spend it on. But now they can focus on just doing their project. And then we handle paying, doing all the reporting, all that procurement, like if they need 3 quotes for a boat or something like that. We handle that portion for these community grants that don't have maybe the resources to do that in-house, So that's something that we're very excited about, that we were able to introduce in this cycle. And those community grants, they got up to $75,000.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing, how the Belize Fund supports organizations to be able to cause the impact that they want to have within the community. Paulita, if you could, as a recipient of the Belize Fund, if you could reach out to other organizations and say, we do have a dream in mind that we want to get to, encourage them to apply for the Belize Fund, encourage them to get motivated and get going with their movements. Yeah, what words would you have to share with them?
I would just say, don't be intimidated. It's a big process, but the thing about working with an institution like the Belize Fund is that they bring so many tools to the table. We are a brand new NGO. We only started in 2023 with our first program. And we got workshops and training on how to do all of the different pieces of a large grant, right? So not only did we go through the process with Belize Fund, but we're now able to apply a lot of those skills to other grants that we're looking at as well.
Wow. Okay.
Don't be intimidated, and also find ways to partner, because the more that we're working together, the more we can leverage that consolidated power that we're building together, right? So look for creative ways to partner and create intersectional impacts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love
It's
that.
so true.
Yeah.
So we have our call opening in August. It's something that we do every year annually. And this is where organizations who are interested, they have an idea. Oh, they have to be registered. Let me
Right.
let me put
Okay.
that in. They
So you're
have
part-
to be,
they have to
yes, they
register.
have to be a registered entity. And it doesn't mean that you have to be operating for a year, because the community grants, you can be operating for less than a year.
Okay.
But for like the small grants, that's up to 50,000, or the medium grants up to 150, or even the large grants up to 800,000, you have to be registered and operating in Belize for at least a minimum of a year.
Okay.
And you have to show that you have maybe the staff to manage the grants, or if it's the community grants, then we'll do that part, that
Okay.
financial management part. So definitely those who are interested in getting grant funding for projects that focus on marine and coastal initiatives, because that's our focus with the blue bonds,
Yeah.
right? So they can look out for all this information coming out for August, but they can already start, putting
I was just gonna
that
say
together.
they can start like putting that together and maybe emailing or messaging and
Yeah,
asking,
yeah.
for some
Certainly.
support and like how that works for them.
Yes.
And these kind of things. So I think Polita said something very interesting about the fact that you guys kind of supported also with the project like drafting. if that's-
Yes, that's correct. So we always provide, well, I don't want to say always and that's it, but so far for
You
the
tried your best
three,
to operate.
for the three cycles, we've provided support with a consultant to help go through that process of proposal writing. So definitely we try to provide whatever additional support is needed for entities who may not be sure to come on stream. And like she says, once you get that understanding, that background, you can now go after other grants that are out there. So
Definitely.
we really feel like this process is helping to really empower organizations and people to really just put them in a better position to get funding.
Yeah.
I love that. And I congratulate your team and all the efforts, because I heard that you guys are doing the groundwork for, the community efforts. I think that's so important, because it makes other community members out there that have a great dream, that are registered and able to do something, know that the extra stuff will just feel so heavy, Fido. Not have to be worried about, because they can do the work and you guys do the back burner
That's
work
very
too as well. And I think that's
Very
really important for them to understand, because sometimes people feel like that's a mundane task to have to deal with this and deal with that and manage the funder. So like at this point, you're just saying, no, bring the impact, bring the results, and we're going to provide you with the support to get it done in that sense. And I think that's so important. August is very much soon to be here, the way how things are going is slowly progressing. So these are the times to have the conversations, to message in.
Yes.
Polly, I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna put you on the spot too as well. If anybody's ever like interested in like finding out how you went about it, can they message in to us,
Or any
a collaborator or something
collaborations,
like
yeah.
that?
I
Like
would
if
love
they can
to
get
be a resource,
oh, perfect.
because I needed those resources to get me to where I am, and I'll need friendships moving forward. So
See?
love to help.
I love
Yeah.
putting you on your spot.
Yeah.
But we
it's
do, we
exciting.
always, we try to put all the proposals that we've approved on our website. So
Perfect.
people can go back and see who we funded. We have 28 projects funded, and so all those are on our website, and they can look at maybe the level of justification that may be needed going through that proposal stage.
Okay.
So they know how to position their concepts and their proposals going forward.
Definitely.
Interesting.
So
Love
thank you
it.
so much, Chelsea. Thank you so much, Paulita, for joining us today on Sun Up on 7. I want a seed that is plastic free. I want a seed that's plastic free too.
Amen, me too.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
do too, as
Yeah.
well. I want to see the ideas. There's so many people across this country, all ages.
Brilliant minds,
Brilliant.
great initiatives.
Yeah,
You just need a little
please.
push. And
This
here
is your
the
push. This is,
yeah.
if you would have won the man, what should I do next? What's happening? If you have your mind ready and you want to have a seed that's plastic free, that you want to push for creative conservation ideas when it comes to the marine spaces, bro. I don't know how else we can spell it to you. I can't say it in Spanish, Kevin.
That's a good one. I'm like, what?
I was like, Kevin.
Okay, all right. You caught me there. Yeah.
Like, definitely try, at least visit the websites.
Yeah.
First,
For sure.
at least visit the websites. But again, thank you, ladies, so
That
much.
is
And we
true.
do have gifts there. So
Ren was like, yeah.
Wasn't gonna let that one slide.
come on, I see
Yes,
something
we
are
did brought
friends.
some stuff for you guys.
Unpack it. Unpack.
Okay, let's go through.
Wagon.
Ooh.
We have a hat. Now I can actually plant something.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
I'm gonna-
actually a really stylish hat,
It
too.
is.
It's
My hair
very
is big right now,
it's
my
giving
bun
me
is perfect.
safari.
Let me see you put it
All
on.
right, love. I'll do it.
Okay. Ooh. Ooh.
And you
Okay.
gotta have that.
All
That
right.
is so sexy.
It's so
Look at that.
Oh my goodness. For my outreach, I'm gonna definitely be taking these with me too as well.
Wow.
And it's in this cutest
Thank you
little-
so much for
Sorry,
sharing these
sorry,
gifts
guys.
with us.
I guess like
Chelsea,
excited I
and
forget
thank
to
you,
show
Belize
on
Fund.
it too. My bad. This is cute.
Going on a Belizean safari.
Not them having little brushie
Yeah.
to clean it for me.
But yeah, Chelsea, thank you so much for joining us. Also, Polina, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure having this conversation with y'all. We get the cool bottles.
I got the
too.
bottle too, darling. I know I saw it and it saw me back.
Yeah, I love it. I love
Like
it.
a Greek blue.
I
so
know.
pretty.
This is really
Yes.
pretty.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Investing today,
Thank you guys
safeguarding
so much.
tomorrow, guys.
yeah.
Let's do
So
this
with that,
thing.
we go into our next commercial break. When we're back, we have more great stuff on Sun Up on 7. Stay tuned. What a great Monday.
I know. It's the gift.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for